I just interviewed Boosie.
Yeah, I didn't.
And
I saw
you watched it?
I didn't know. I saw the very beginning where he said he didn't know who I was. Cool, that's cool. He don't have to. I and I saw the title that he said he didn't agree. I didn't watch. I had shit to do. I wanted
Yeah.
to watch it, but I didn't get to watch it. So
Right.
tell me what he said.
Well, I mean, he didn't know who Brand Nubian was.
Okay.
I mean, Boosie is in his mid 30s. I think he's like about 35 or so.
So he's a little younger. That's
He's a little bit younger than us. He's from the South.
Right.
So, he was focused. He started naming me all these groups I'd never heard of,
Right.
from the South. So I don't think you could really blame him for not knowing Brand Nubian.
I'm not mad at that at all. Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, he disagreed. He felt that Eminem is not a guest in the House of Hip Hop. He asked me if I thought I was a guest, and I said yes.
And why? What's the reasoning behind thinking that he's not a guest?
Nah, I don't think he a guest. I feel like he didn't put down enough shit in the game to be labeled, a great. I feel like that about Eminem. Can't say he created nothing. No, he didn't create nothing. No, he just came in and made himself a great. I feel like he earned that to say he a great one. I don't feel like he a guest. That nigga motherfucker a home team player. Like, that's Eminem, like, not sure what he talking about now, but as far as I feel over his career, he's not a guest. I feel like he's one in hip-hop. When you paint hip-hop on the wall, you can't leave him out.
I mean, a lot of people put in work to a lot of things. Like, people work at companies for 40, 50 years, put in work. That doesn't mean they own the company. That means they worked there for 40 years. That's all. Like, length of time does not translate to ownership.
Fair enough. Listen, and I've always said it myself. I wake up every morning feeling that I am very lucky to have hip hop be my career. I get to talk to people that I, really looked up to and have really influenced my lives. My favorite interviews are, rappers that, I was really into before I ever got into this business.
Right.
So, like I said, I feel very lucky to be here. I feel like a guest, and I feel very respectful. And, I'm very happy that I'm able to do this for a living, and I'm able to provide an income for my family.
And again, I don't know why the term guest is taken in such a derogatory term. When you check into the W Hotel, you're a guest. When you check in at the Marriott, when you're a guest. When you go to a restaurant, you are a guest.
Yeah.
Are you being treated well? Like, it's when the arrogance of feeling that you should own everything comes into play. That's when somebody would have a problem with being a guest. How many people save up their money to go away on vacations every year to be a what?
A guest.
A guest. So why are we acting like being a guest in this beautiful house of hip-hop that we've built? Why be upset that, a guest in my home gets a lot of good perks. Like, if we're short on space, I might give the guest the bed because you're a guest. You see what I'm saying? Like.
Yep.
A guest gets choice shit. A guest gets treated well. What are you mad for? You mad because I'm telling you, you don't own this shit. And that's some sucker, greedy, fucking colonizing mentality. You understand what I'm saying? I don't mind being a guest as long as I'm being treated well. But as a guest, there's also certain rules that guests have to abide by.
Yeah.
It is what it is. You can't do whatever you want as a guest. Now, I had somebody say, hang on, because I just want to address this. I had somebody say, they were talking about the length of time of Eminem being here makes him not a guest, which is not true. People live in the projects for 40 years. They don't own it. But then they also say, well, what if Eminem helped your house to get bigger? Like, the house that you're in got bigger because Eminem's in it. My answer to that is having a bigger house good when the materials are of substandard quality and the construction is shoddy? Like, if you're adding an addition to your house, don't you want it to be the same standard and the same, quality as the original? Vlad?
Yeah.
You don't want it.
Yeah.
You don't want, this part of my house is made in like oak wood and then the rest of it is made in plywood. You don't want a house like that. It's getting bigger. But it's made of bullshit.
Yeah. I just think that, unfortunately, hip hop is not built on humbleness, but at the end of the day, it's almost always to be better as a humble person as opposed to arrogance. And this is why I maintain my guest status in hip hop, because
Speak on it, Vlad.
At the end of the day, I'm humble. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be making a living. I'm happy to be affecting the culture. I'm happy when people mention our interviews and songs or other interviews or whatever else. I'm a guest. I'm a happy guest, man. I hope I can stay forever. You know what I mean?
And listen,
that's what it is.
And I'm a happy homeowner. Like, I'm happy to even have a home. You see what I'm saying? Because there's people that's homeless.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
Now,
like, I'm happy that I'm able to do something for a living that I love, and I don't have to be out here toiling, doing some shit I hate, bringing down my life force and making me age faster. Like, look at me. I just turned 50, Vlad. Come on.
You look great. You look great.
Who the fuck does this? Like, who? What? Only when you're living your best life and thinking in proper, that's the only way you get to, like, turn 50 and look this good. That's the only way.
Yep. Well,
and living your best life is not about having money. It's about how you think.